Hey friends, it's Erica. Welcome back. I have a process video for the Hip Kit Club creative team, and I'm going to be focusing on the embroidery hoop die. It's the Hoops Flower and Fronds metal die. It is a Hip Kit Club exclusive, and I am going to be using the March kits with this. I'm going to try to use this paper as my background. I absolutely love the florals that are on here and the text and the splatter and the mixed media look to this paper. And I think I'm going to cut out the hoop in this really pretty pink paper. It's called Taffy. This is one of the paper basics this month in the March paper basics pack. I do have embellishments here to use from the kit as well, and I think I'm going to just focus on the Simple Stories collection, and I might bring in some of these chipboard pieces as well. And I'll probably use this set for my alpha if I do end up using the alpha. That is my plan, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and cut out the hoop, and we will go from there. So I'm going to quickly run this embroidery hoop through my die cutting machine on this pink pattern paper, but I am going to end up changing my mind and not going with the pink, and you'll see that here in just a minute. I'm going to end up switching it out to some white textured cardstock. Okay, so I've changed it up and I have cut it out of a white textured cardstock, and I cut it out 4 times so that it would be thicker. So you can see it does have foam adhesive all the way around it because I do want to pop it up, but it's thick. I use a thick textured cardstock. I'm not sure you can see it there, but it's nice and sturdy. And I'm going to pop it up and have this photo of the kids behind it, and there is going to be a little bit of the white border of the photo showing on this side, but I'm not going to be worried about that because I will have some florals and embellishments on this side. I'm still not sure if I'm going to end up using this background or if I'm going to swap it up or swap it out, but I'll figure that out here in just a little bit. But I did do the white, and I'll probably end up doing a white background with maybe some splatters, or maybe even use the splatter stamp from the color kit. I'm really not sure exactly what I want to do, but I am going to change it up and not do the pink hoop and then go with this. Let's see. The pink one is pretty. I guess I could layer this textured up on this white to really pop it up, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm going to go ahead and stick this one down on the photo, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start by removing some of the backings off the embroidery hoop and getting it stuck down to the photo of our kids. And then I'm going to take my scissors and just trim off that extra photo that I don't need, just using these scissors and get that trimmed up. And then I'm going to switch out my background paper. I really love this paper here that I have down, but I'll save it for another layout. And I'm going to swap it out for this paper that has like these really colorful florals on the side. You can see some like newspaper print, and then the paper has like a really fun texture to it. It's really hard to see in the photos, but once you guys get your kits and see it, it's a really pretty. Almost looks like modeling paste all over the page. So I'm going to add more foam adhesive to the back of the hoop and get it stuck down to the layout. I'm going to move it like towards the right where that cluster of florals and texture is. And then I'm going to pull out the stamp from the color kit, and I'm pulling out the little splatter marks. It's a smaller stamp with just like some splatter marks, using some black ink, and going to ink this all over the page, trying to add some around the embroidery hoop, but then also adding some of it on the right side of the layout as well, just to kind of all tie it in together. And then I will end up adding like a cluster to the left of the page and adding more stamping over there, and that'll be here in just a little bit. The layout came together really quick. I love the embellishments that are already there on the paper, so I didn't really have to add a whole lot to it. Gonna go through the embellishments and see what I want to use. I use a large chipboard title piece that says beautiful, and I love the way that that looks. It's popped up there at the bottom of the embroidery hoop. This die is really, really fun, and it's got some leaves and things in it as well. And there's 2 different size hoops that you can pick from. So I was debating on if I wanted to use 2, like both sizes, and do 2 different photos, but I did just end up doing 1. I do want to cut out a bunch of the smaller hoops and create a grid layout with that. I think that would be really fun to do as well. So if you haven't picked up this die, I think it is a must-have, and there's lots of different things you can do, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the team ends up doing with this die. I took one of the large florals from the cardstock stickers from the sticker book, cut it in half, and I'm going to add it to, like tucked in around the embroidery hoop, and then add a couple of these really pretty butterflies from the cardstock sticker sheet. And I'm going to add one on the chipboard title as well. Just going to tuck some things in around the hoop just to kind of fill it in and to make it look like it's all like one giant piece of floral on that right side of the layout. So it's going to tie in with the printed paper, and it's just so pretty. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to trim a little bit off of the left side of the layout base and tuck in a piece of this pink, and I'm going to add the border strip that comes on the 12x12 paper, or the 12x12 sticker sheet from Simple Stories, and I'm going to tuck this or get this adhered underneath the layout, and then distress the edges of the 12x12 base so that this pink strip with the border sticker is just like peeking out from underneath. And that's just going to add some more black and pink to the left side of the layout, have a little texture with the distressed edge, and then I'm going to create a little cluster on the left side of the layout as well. That border sticker is super sticky. You could see that I got stuck to that pink paper, and it did like curl it a little bit, and it made it look distressed even more, which is totally fine because the layout is a little bit distressed and vintage looking, so it worked out in the end. So I'm just going to use my mat here to get everything lined up and then get that stuck down, and then just ruffle up the edges of the white paper. Going to create a cluster here with one of the chipboard pieces. Going to add some stamping as well, a little butterfly, and then also I sprinkled some of those adhesive brads around the layout. So I'll put some up here on the left side as well, just to help tie everything together. And then that pretty much finishes it up. Super simple. This stamp set, you guys, is so flippin' awesome. I love it, and I can't wait to use like the brush strokes. But just this little splatter stamp is so fun. If you love the look of splatter, but you don't like to mess with the splatter because you don't know where it's going to end up, this is the stamp for you because you can control where the splatter is going. I did use like some washi tape to cover up the large splatter mark, and that way I could just use like the smaller 3 or 4 splatters. And you'll see that right here. So you'll see that I just splattered just a little bit, but that big splatter mark is not on there. And you just use washi tape, cover up the big splatters, ink it up, and then remove the washi and then ink it down. Super simple. So I will have some still shots for you guys at the end, and I will leave everything linked down below. I hope you guys pick up the stamp set, or that's the stamp, well, the stamp set and this embroidery hoop die, because it's really fun, and I think you guys will really love it. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys get some time to do something creative, and I will see y'all soon.